It's time to get the latest on the green and gold as we go in the huddle. In the Huddle on the Woodward Radio Network. In the Huddle is brought to you by Mills Fleet Farm. Now, here's Bill Scott and Green Bay tight end D.J. Williams.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome. Tanner Sports Bar and Grill in Kimberly. Good to have you along. D.J. Williams is in the parking lot finishing his cigar, I guess. Taking a sweet old time, and I don't know, maybe he's bringing a couch to give away this week, and he's trying to unload it. You know, that would be our best guess. You can hear the crowd. DJ, you want to step up here and? Yeah, we're on the air. There we go.
How y'all doing tonight?
How's it going?
I'm doing good, Bill. Good to see you, man. Doing real good.
24-10 win over the Vikings.
Yeah.
And DJ texted me this afternoon and told me who was coming on the show, and then he said that this is going to be Donald Driver
Appreciation night. Yeah, I got some goodies from Driver tonight to give away. So, and I even got my Driver T-shirt on. I'm pumped up.
Yeah, absolutely. Driver, unfortunately, was inactive again.
Yeah, I know. That was sad.
That's got to be pretty hard on him.
Yeah, it was tough on him, but I said he's a pro's pro, like McCarthy said, and like I said, he's going to do whatever is best for the team and have a good attitude about it.
He, and he's had to have that. And in his credit, he hasn't. You haven't heard a peep from Donald Driver about, not playing. Somebody will try to get stuff out of him to try and talk about the frustration level and that kind of thing, but you haven't seen nary a bad word come out of his mouth.
Yeah, that's just how he is. I think that's why everyone here loves him, and he's done a lot for this team, and I guess he's getting towards the end of his career. I don't know how many years he has left. Mm-hmm. To ask him, he says he has at least 15 more left. But as I say, you see him take his shirt off with Dancing with the Stars. He's still got the body. You know what I mean? He's doing his thing. And once again, I can say these comments, because I'm secure with my manhood, you know what I mean?
I obviously know that, yeah. You have to be if you're a professional athlete, don't you?
Yep, something like that.
You can't, you feel sorry for him from a standpoint of not being able to continue playing. When players go down that road late in their careers, it often happens like this. There's very few people that go out on their terms at their time. They always, because they feel healthy. Donald feels good, wants to play, thinks he can play, and yet the teams, it's their obligation to get younger and younger and replace the veteran players as they get older. And at some point there comes that time, and it just so often comes to the point where that player in that last year with an organization doesn't quite work out the way, the Cinderella story type deal.
Very true. And in his case, it just shows how much he loves the game and loves playing here in Green Bay. He has plenty of money. He's done everything he can do. He's broken records, and he's forever, he's going to be a future Hall of Famer, and he still wants to play. You know what I mean? So It just shows his appreciation and love for the game. It's something young guys like myself who come in really look up to and try to model ourselves after.
Well, he to stay in Green Bay, he renegotiated. He only made $2.5 million this year.
Make it sound like it's a bad thing. What's
yeah,
going on,
and you know what? And you know what? He's not beat up either.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's a good thing. All right, let me ask you this: what was your reaction when you found out Christian Ponder was inactive for the game?
I was surprised. I didn't know almost about an hour till kickoff. I think Ryan and Crabtree were telling me. I thought they were messing with me the whole time, but they were being serious. And I was, I guess, pumped up, them going in with someone they've never, played with before or they're not comfortable with in a situation like that. But that's their issue, and they dealt with it the way that they did, and as in losing the game. So that's on them. I don't know.
What'd you think of Joe Webb?
Who? I'm terrible. I know.
He was the guy that played quarterback for them.
Oh man. I mean,
he didn't,
Did they?
I'll say it for you. I mean, the guy. It was hard to believe the guy is playing quarterback in the National Football League.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a great arm. He could throw it.
Oh, he could throw it.
He could
far,
throw it out of the
sure.
stadium,
Yeah.
but he didn't have any idea where it was going.
I think that kind of was pointed out early in the game when they didn't run the ball. I mean, didn't throw the ball for. I don't even know if they threw it the first drive. They just would do play action. He would run it, or Peterson would run it, shut him down. That's how we roll. We said we would figure out Peterson, and we did. And that's just, I guess they were going through some bumps and bruises. They just went through those bumps and bruises at the wrong time, playing the wrong team.
Yeah, well, I would think defensively, when you look at, and maybe the Packers didn't even change their game plan, when the quarterback change happened. In fact, that's probably very likely. However, that being said, it made life a lot easier on Don Capers and that defense because, I mean, you knew after a while that Joe Webb, that if he did complete a long pass, it was going to be almost lucky. So you could stack the line, you could go ahead and stop Peterson, which is really the goal of the game anyway.
Yeah.
And not have to worry about a thing, and that's kind of the way it worked itself out.
Yeah, very true. And what's good to, a good feeling that was going around the locker room when, the news came out, I would go up to Jennings and be like, man, you heard Christian Ponder isn't even playing? He was like, it doesn't matter. And then I was, Woodson was like, it doesn't matter who's at quarterback, who's at running back. We're here to win this game, and regardless of who's on the other side of the ball. So, I mean, that's a good attitude to go in with the game.
Well, they can say that, but it does matter,
I mean, yeah, but I guess.
I mean, that guy beat you last week, and,
Adrian Peterson did. That's cool, but we took care of that.
All right. John Kuhn. How about John Kuhn? I mean, the first series, John Kuhn gets 2 handoffs at the 2-yard line and couldn't do it, but they stayed with him, and he scored twice. Although T.J. Lang was so far downfield as an ineligible receiver. Oh yeah. He was at the goal line when the pass was thrown.
It was a screenplay, and I think John may have been behind the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure. That's how it was drawn up. But no, it's good you say that because Ryan Taylor, that's my guess tonight. Him and John are like best friends. So you gotta ask him about John. He loves some Coon.
Well, we will because we'll go to break, and when we come back, we'll have Ryan step on stage here with us. Packers with a big win over the Vikings. They're ready for the 49ers this Saturday night in San Francisco. We'll be back with more from Tanners and Kimberly after this on the Woodward Radio Network. And we are back at Tanner's Sports Bar and Grill in Kimberly. In the Huddle continues transportation for our guests all season long, brought to you by L&S Classic Limousine Service. Personal, professional service for all occasions. Call Lenny or Sue at 920-730-8297. Back with us again, the pride of Coco's, the man that makes the Ivory Keys smoke. He's my co-host, DJ Williams.
You heard about that again? I was there for New Year's. Had a good little time.
I knew you were going there. So
yeah. I had a good little time. Played a little something. I did. It was fun.
Were you there all night?
No, I didn't see the ball drop there. I did not.
Okay.
I did not. And I didn't even get a kiss on New Year's. I didn't. I had a chance, but they were looking a little rough, So I made sure I had my lips around my straw when that ball dropped. It was good to go.
When it gets closer and closer to bar time.
Brandon was with me too. He went to the bathroom, so he made sure nobody snuck one in.
By the way, let's welcome our guest on the show tonight. He is reappearing for the second time tonight. His tight end, Ryan Taylor.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We always say, DJ and I, that good things happen to people that come on this show. And I'm not so, you've made some plays. Your playing time in the offense has increased since you were last on this program. But I think probably the best thing that's happened to you is the fact that you're back on this show again. Right? I mean, look at our in the Huddle mascot.
Lucky for the guests, not
Brandon
the host,
Bostic
right?
over here.
Yeah, we'll get
him. Brandon Bostic's on the show. He can't stay away.
Yeah, good times here.
Absolutely. All right. So, what do you think of DeJuan Harris and the job that he's done? I mean, here's another classic example of the In the Huddle karma.
Yep. He keeps begging to come back, but he keeps on getting like shows with like Mike McCarthy and all the other guys. But he said this shows that he just always wants to come back. So, what he's done is unbelievable. Like I said, he's just a powerful runner, and it seems like he doesn't really get up, act like he took a big hit. So that's a good sign for it.
But he doesn't have to fall as far.
Is that what it is? He's already close to that ground?
Yeah, he's already close to the ground, so you knock him over, he doesn't hit the ground very
hard. He's good at not taking hits, too.
Yeah.
Moving out the way in the last second.
I mean, I say that kiddingly. He's a pretty impressive player for somebody that just jumped on board as a free agent late in the game. And
very nice.
He ran hard in practice the first couple times we saw him. We knew he was on practice squad, and everybody thought he was pretty impressive. And then they moved him up, and we thought, oh, maybe he'll make some tackles on special teams. And then, I mean, he was just starting the next thing you know, he was starting, so it was pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, isn't that amazing how that happens, though? I mean, you started the year with this guy, then you go to this guy. I mean, there's like 6, 7 guys in front of DeJuan Harris. Not that he started the year with the Packers, but, there have been certainly injury has taken care of some of them, but there have been that many running backs, and finally the Packers have settled on a guy. And, I think the neat thing about a guy like DeJuan Harris is, and it just goes to show you that it really doesn't matter what your name is, how much money you make, how many years in the league you played, or if you've never been drafted. If you can play,
you can play.
You can play, and Mike McCarthy will put you out on the field.
Very true.
No doubt.
What do you think?
No doubt.
We've been saying, me and Ryan been trying to figure out why we haven't been starting all year, but I mean, It's all good. It's whatever.
I personally, if I'm making out the lineup, I'd start you guys in double tight ends right off the bat.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Bill. Bill always says good stuff about me up here. And
because then later in your contract, you can, if you start the game that way every time, then you can say, well, I X amount of starts throughout my career, and that's a negotiating ploy.
Fair enough.
I don't think the one that I have, or I don't know how many you have, but. The one start's really going to get us that far in the negotiation.
No, it probably won't. Me and Ryan tell each other all the time we're going to go up to Ted's office and be like, we want $40 million for 4 years or we're walking.
Not listening right now.
And Ryan always says
he's gonna offer us some plastic bags on the way out just to pack our lockers up. Ask if he can help us on the way.
Why don't you pick up the aluminum cans as you walk out too?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But we do have a personnel package together.
We do. It's called Bobcat.
Bobcat. You know why?
Tell me about the Bobcat.
The Bobcat is native to the South. It's more of a redneck. Some of our personnel groups are named after large cats.
Yeah.
And they picked out Bobcat because it's a redneck tiger. Basically,
that's how we roll.
Is what it is, because we're both from the South.
All right. So tell me about the formation.
It's just the personnel.
It's just the personnel. It's not like a specific looking, but it's just when me and Ryan and I are in the game at the same time.
Yeah. So they yell Bobcat. You guys.
Well, Tiger is the personnel. I mean, it's okay. It's like Jamichael and Krabby. And when they wanted me and Ryan in, they used to call it Adolescent Tiger. And, we can't hold on. What's going on? So they changed it to Bobcat.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What do you guys know about Colin Kaepernick?
Not a whole lot.
He's good at ping pong. He is good at ping pong.
You know who else is good at ping pong?
You good at ping pong?
I'm pretty damn good at ping pong.
He's good at ping pong. You know what I mean?
Knew he was going to, if he asked that question, that he was the answer, right?
I knew it was coming, for sure. No, but he was, I think he was out in the Senior Bowl. I played with him, or we practiced together and everything. And he's a unbelievable athlete, but I think he's extremely good at ping pong. That's what I've been most impressive with.
And that should do well for him this Sunday or Saturday night, right?
I guess so. Yeah. You never know. But I don't know. Would you rather have him or Alex Smith on the field?
Personally, I'd rather have him on the field.
I would too. I would rather have Kaepernick on the field.
Alex Smith is
and why?
A hell of a quarterback. And,
yeah.
Kaepernick, I'm not so sure about. I think it's, they're just trying to push him right now because that's I honestly have no idea why.
The timing of the move seemed to be a bit strange.
Well, I think Alex Smith was leading most categories in the NFL for quarterbacks, and who knows why any GM makes a move, but.
Well, it was really the head coach. I mean, Jim Harbaugh he decided that, in his opinion, long term, Kaepernick was the guy that was going to be able to take them further and win a championship, in his opinion. So that's why he made the move, and he figured that going any further with Alex Smith wouldn't get them to where they want to go.
It sucks for Alex, you know.
Yeah.
But I guess
it does because he was playing great. I mean, can you imagine that? You know, he had some phenomenal numbers.
Oh, yeah.
That he put up, and he goes down for what, a game maybe, 2 games tops.
And you know the year that they had before, and they were in the Super Bowl if it wasn't for a couple drop punts by that one guy, number 10, and they were rolling this year, one of the best teams in the NFL. And yeah, I was surprised that they made that move, but it is what it is. And like I said, I guess it doesn't matter who's at quarterback.
Another veteran player that was able to come back and make an impact this past weekend was Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
He was, out 10, 11 weeks, and comes back. He's captain. You know, I mean, that goes to show you, I guess, what everybody thinks about Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
Right? Is that something you guys vote on, or do the coaches?
We vote on it as a team. Yeah. He's still, I don't know, I spend about $10,000 a year paying the union because of Charles Woodson. You know, because I remember we had the option to pay the NFLPA, you know, take it right over our check. And, you know, we talk all the time. We're not paying these guys anymore until Woodson comes around and says, make sure you pay that PA. Yes, sir. You know.
All right, him and Jeff. Yeah.
Him and Jeff. Him and Jeff Saturday. You know, and it's crazy. You know, he did the pregame speech, and like everything he says just makes me feel like I'm just an idiot. You know what I mean? Because everything just sounds like it's in a movie, and like I'm getting pumped up, and everything just makes sense. And he just puts everything that I'm not sure about. He like brings it all in front of me. He's so wise.
He's a heck of a speaker. He doesn't talk much.
He doesn't talk much at all.
You might hear him talk 10 times through the whole season.
And say little things like.
I mean, I'm talking about even when he walks past you in the hallway. Like, hey, you might hear him talk 10 times during the whole season, but when he does talk, everybody listens.
Yeah, it means E.F. Hutton.
Who?
Yeah, for sure.
Who is that?
Even you have to know who that is.
E.F. Hutton?
Yeah.
Never heard of him. Well, what do you do?
Did you have television when you were in Arkansas?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, of course I did. I was watching Ninja Turtles.
What did you watch? The Cartoon Channel?
Yeah, I was watching the Cartoon Channel. It's all good.
All right. Well, we'll ponder that during the break. We'll come back and continue our conversation more about the 49ers and a whole lot more to come here on this Monday night after the Packers beat the Vikings. 49ers coming up next. Back with more in the Huddle after this on the Woodward Radio Network. Back at Tanner's Sports Bar and Grill in Kimberly in the Huddle. Brought to you by Mills Fleet Farm, along with DJ Williams and Ryan Taylor, our guest on the program tonight. Good to have you along, and have to extend a special happy birthday to my son Alex, who is right over there. Alex,
birthday, Alex.
Stand up and wave to the crowd, Alex.
Go ahead, stand up, man.
Come on.
Stand up.
He's all bashful.
Yeah, there he is.
All right. He's a teenager today. 13 years old.
Nice.
Yeah. And I don't know if she'll be here next week, but next week is my daughter Annika's birthday, and she's sitting over there too.
Well,
so
you better be here.
Yeah, about a week apart.
Fair enough.
Yeah, stand up.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Now that I thoroughly embarrassed both of them, now we can continue on.
Before we get started, you know, he's been my man all year. I got Bill his own DJ Williams jersey.
That is outstanding.
Oh, there you go, Bill.
Thank you very much. That is outstanding.
You're welcome,
that is awesome.
Bill.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're the man, Bill.
All right. Now I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
He loves me. He
Absolutely.
does. He knows it.
So when no, I don't. Now I'm all flustered.
Wait, well, why don't you show him what you got on?
I don't want everybody thinking that I wasn't participating in the Donald Driver Appreciation Day.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is. So I got
taking his clothes off.
Yeah. Just special here, one night only. Taking my clothes off. I got my driver's shirt on today.
Yeah, we got our driver's shirt on.
Go, Donald.
Donald Driver Appreciation Night here in the Huddle, and Joe Webb gave the Packers the option look early on. He actually looked fairly good for the first series or two, and then the Packers defense pretty much swarmed and shut that down. But Kaepernick has that, he's an option type. They run him. He's 42 carries for 304 yards, so he's averaging 7 a carry. And it's not just running for your life scrambling. I mean, they have actually designed running plays for Kaepernick in there. So I would imagine that seeing that type of play from Webb on Saturday night is actually going to help you a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I would say I was given a conversation that I was overhearing from Clay today. I'll give you one guess where it occurred. Come on, Bill. Where do you think we talked about?
Hot tub.
In the hot tub. Yeah, we talked about it in the hot tub. Yeah.
I should have known better.
Were you in that tub too?
No, I wasn't. But a lot of the conversations either happen in the hot tub or the sauna.
That's where it goes down.
If the coaches wanted to bug the sauna, they could get some pretty interesting conversations.
Yeah, very interesting.
Out of that.
Or I bet with this
But his take on it was, for edge rushers like himself, it really doesn't matter who's quarterback because he's always on the edge. He says it's a little bit more difficult for the interior linemen to, make sure they stay honest in their gap, make sure the quarterback doesn't get out, kind of like Russell Wilson, who else used to do that stuff? That's the name. It doesn't matter. All right, we're playing Kaepernick. All right. So, but he talked about as far as the run game.
Well, RG3, same thing.
Yeah. He said, but as far as the run game goes, with playing Gore and having a running quarterback like Kaepernick, he said they pretty much had 2 weeks of playing the best. Period is when it comes to stopping the run with Adrian Peterson. So he said they feel very confident in making sure they contain this offense, and that's big time because then we get to go to Aaron's hometown, or close to it. How close is he from San Fran? Is that his hometown?
Yeah, he's from Chico.
Yeah.
He's from Chico. Yeah, that's Beige. He's a little further north.
Yeah, so I'm hoping he catches fire and just puts on a show for his hometown. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That means we would win, Bill. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And then we're back here for 2 more weeks for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
3 or 4.
That's why I get real like as soon as we won, I was pumped up like we won a playoff game, but I was like I get an extra 2 weeks of the show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I do.
And you're actually saying that with a big smile on your face.
Because I'm being serious.
Yeah.
I'm not lying.
Yeah. Seattle yesterday beat Washington after being down 14-0. Did you watch that game at all?
No,
Any
no
of
way.
that game? They were.
I don't watch football.
Me neither. I really don't pay much
unless
attention.
I'm watching film or I'm participating in it. I don't watch it.
Well, they were down 14-0. They came back and scored 24 straight to win. I'm curious as to whether or not you heard much about RG3's knee injury today, though, because that was played out quite a bit. And in effect, what happened is he had the knee injury a few weeks ago, was out for a week or so, came back. Then he went down early but stayed in the game. He's got that big knee brace on his knee. Went down, really looked like he was struggling, but he stayed in the game and finished off. In fact, he finished off a touchdown and then got popped late on an extra point or 2-point, whatever it was. And so then we go from later in the game, fourth quarter, and he goes down again. Now there was some real issue as to whether or not the doctor gave him clearance to be on the field for that football game, and certainly to stay out there once he heard it the first time. Mike Shanahan, the head coach of the Redskins, it appears is being kind of caught in a lie, like he's doing what's best for Mike Shanahan and the Redskins and not what's best for RG3.
Well, I think it was supposedly Dr. Andrews, who is not their team doctor.
He's the guy that performed the surgery, right?
Right. So it's not their team doctor. So you would think that, even though RG3 should take his words into consideration, it wouldn't be the team that would have to do that. I mean, it's a separate separate doctor.
Dr. Andrews was on the sidelines, though.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you got your one up. He got me. Huh?
He got you.
Yeah. So he was
up
there.
His information.
But that's an interesting though, because player, you're dealing with emotion. You're in the playoffs. You want to play. You don't want to. I was, quite frankly, I was shocked that Christian Ponder didn't play. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger would have played.
I mean, I don't know him like that. I don't know. I saw the highlights of the game, and I thought, they got their lead, and then he started.
I'm questioning Ponder's toughness, is what I'm doing, I guess.
Oh, that's what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, we can talk about CP. I don't know. I mean, he's. Sheesh.
This is a shoulder injury, though.
Yeah, it was an elbow or shoulder. I don't know.
He had fluid buildup and
it's a burst attack. He burst.
Yeah.
It's a burst attack. I mean, that's a huge swelling. Deal. So
would that have hurt his career if he went on the field and played?
I don't know.
Even though I'm sure you'd had to play in some pain. I mean, it's the playoffs. Joe Webb is your replacement. You battle your duff off to get to the playoffs, and then you have fluid in your arm, and you say, "Oh, I can't throw."
Ryan Taylor would have been out there. Would you have been?
Darn straight he would.
I do have a gun. I do have my shoulder. I can throw the ball pretty well. So.
He does. Ryan's pretty well built. Not in a homosexual way.
No.
But
Ladies.
Does he do this all the time?
A little bit. Yeah, he lives right upstairs from me. I don't know
we
if you
live
know.
in the same building.
He just stops by all the time. It's ridiculous.
Do you ever feel like when you're is your apartment below or on top?
Below.
Mine is below, and his is over, probably
A couple units over.
2 units over.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't have to feel like every time you go to your apartment, you don't have to feel like he's looking at the peephole, just
No, don't worry.
watching you walk down the hall.
It's not the people.
It's not that way, huh?
I got like I said, the helicopter, right? And I got a little camera I can mount on that bad boy. You know what I mean?
One of his favorite, Bill, one of his favorite things to do, and I don't understand why he does it, but he likes to take the neighbor's dogs for a walk.
Yeah.
And when he does it, he'll come down and he'll let the dogs into my apartment before he takes them. I mean, and I'll just look up and there'll be a dog just running around my apartment. He did it today before the show. I looked up and there was a little beagle running around my apartment. It's ridiculous.
1,000 miles an hour. I'm the dog walker.
Yeah.
I am the dog.
I tell you, folks, I can't believe you're still looking for a girlfriend.
I can.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can.
You know what?
Wow, this is good stuff. Wow.
He might have found one. I don't know if she's here or not tonight, but he might have found one.
That's
sitting in the
pretty
back
clever.
of the bar. I don't know.
Wow, just putting my business out there, huh?
I don't know.
It's all good. You know, I don't hide anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
That's true. Next subject, we gotta talk about something else, Bill. But I do babysit dog. I can't take care of my dog's shadow during the day, so when I'm home, other people are doing random stuff, and I get to take care of dogs. A beagle and this huge dog called Chumley. It's pretty
Chumley,
awesome.
that's a great name.
Big dog. Oh, yeah.
That's a huge dog.
Huge
it's a
dog.
German Shepherd Lab mix.
Lab mix, yeah.
Yeah.
Big old dog.
Yeah,
And the other day, I tell you, I was taking a nap, and it woke me up because it was barking at me. And I'm like, and it started to scare me. I was like, what's going on, chum? Dang, commercial break. I'll finish this one at the commercial break.
We'll do that when we come back. Also, it's the, you know what time of
The Granite Peak email
segment.
Yeah.
You are right into it. That's coming up when we return. Justin Hall joins us for that. Still more to come from Tanners and Kimberly. Back with more in the Huddle after this on the Woodward Radio Network. Back at Tanner's Sports Bar in Kimberly. Program brought to you tonight and every Monday night by Mills Fleet Farm. DJ Williams and Ryan Taylor rejoin us. Granite Peak Ski Area 100% open with incredible ski conditions. New this year, Granite Peak welcomes a new high-speed quad lift, whisking you up the mountain 3 times faster. About 80% of the terrain now serviced by 2 high-speed lifts. Bring your friends and family and enjoy some of the best skiing in the Midwest at Granite Peak Ski Area. For more information, go to skigranitepeak.com. And while I'm thinking about it, before we hear the Chumley story,
right.
hang on. I just want to tell Ryan that you guys, I don't know how you pulled it off, but you guys look pretty good in your tight end jammies for your Christmas card. So
Well, thank you.
that was well done.
Yeah, that's something that we're trying to get to be somewhat of a tradition around the Packers. We're hoping it kind of catches on with the fans. I don't know if anybody likes it or not, but
I think
we
people
have
love
a good
it.
time doing it.
Yeah.
So we've done it 2 years in a row, and if you haven't seen it, go on, I guess, Tom or DJ's Twitter. I don't have a Twitter.
I gave some away here. I gave some.
Oh, you
cards
gave some
away.
away here?
I did. Yes, I did.
So, we hope people enjoy it, and we have a great idea for next year. We've already got that in the works. So
We're pumped
we're
up
looking
about
forward to it. And,
Yeah, I think people love that stuff. I think they do. Yeah, good job.
stuff.
All right, let's get
All
your.
right, so this huge dog is barking at me in the middle of my sleep, all right? So I'm like, what's going on, chum? And he goes and sits by the door, thinking, light bulb, he needs to go use the bathroom, all right? So, I get up, grab his leash. He's going to the elevator. He's in the elevator, and now he's moaning. I'm like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Is he about to drop over and die? His parents are going to come home. I'm going to have to explain this. I don't know. So the elevator opens, and he sprints to the door. I'm like, what is going on? He's barking, howling. And I open the door, and I let him off his leash because I was scared. He's huge. And he takes off sprinting for the grass or the snow, whatever you want to call it. And like mid-sprint, he hasn't even took a squat. It all just sprays out the back, and it's not pee.
Are you telling us on the radio right now?
I thought it was a pretty cool story. I mean, just think about that just tells you how disciplined that dog was,
Where are
like,
you from?
You know how bad that had to come out? And he held it from me because I babysitted him last year, and he didn't wait. He let it go. You know what I mean? So that was like mad respect. I talked to him in the elevator. I was like, Chum, I really appreciate you waking me up, holding that in. You know, I got you a milk bone when we get upstairs. You're my man.
You know, I know your mother. You're raised better than this to talk about this type of stuff.
But I mean, I thought it was just a good, you know, one up to Chumley. He did a good job. It's probably because of that pizza I gave him, that day-old pizza, but it's all good.
Let's head out to Justin Hull.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the appropriate question to continue on after that. But, inthehuddleshow.com every week. That is the website. You can go there, submit your questions, have an opportunity to win that Granite Peak email package. First question coming from Jim in Appleton. How does the pay scale change once you guys make the playoffs? Are there bonuses the farther you get?
Yeah. You know, obviously the pay goes up every week, but for a lot of guys,
It's pay cuts.
it's actually a huge pay cut to play in the playoffs. I mean, yeah.
A lot of guys, not us, but
Not
a lot
us.
of guys. Yeah,
A lot of guys, though. You know, Aaron's taking a huge pay cut. Charles is taking a huge pay. You know, so it's good for guys like us, but a lot of guys are taking it. It's all about getting the ring. It's all about winning another championship, putting something under your belt that you can really be proud of. So
paycheck ain't bad. It's not that
no,
bad.
it's not that bad. It's just that guys are taking. Some
Yeah.
guys. Not
Yeah.
us. We're
So-
pretty happy with what's going on.
So do you guys get to pick up lunch this week then, since you guys are bringing in the big bucks?
No way.
No, we don't pick
It's
up.
actually a flat rate. I mean, we're all making the same.
Yeah, so it's all good.
All right, we'll get to the next question here. This one comes from Zach in Kaukauna. Wants to know each of your New Year's resolutions. New Year's resolutions.
I didn't make one.
I broke mine already. I did.
What was it?
Jeez.
Lose weight.
I don't know. I was gonna. That's not important. Is it important?
Well, if Chumley was important, then I guess this probably
That
is.
was respectable. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Not saying mine's not respectable. I just.
If you took the time to make a resolution, it's important.
Yeah. I don't know. I was
personal?
gonna
It's a
cut
little
back
personal.
on my old fashions. You know what I mean? But I heard the booze
So-
out there. You know. Then I thought about
So my guess is you just
Why would
didn't
you
put.
do that?
drinking.
No, I understand what
Okay.
an old fashioned is. I've had one
Yeah.
or two of them. If anything, my New Year's resolution was to pick up on mine. Yeah, I understand how cold it is here.
I understand. Like Ryan, and he does a good job at it. I've seen him brush his teeth with whiskey before. It's pretty impressive.
I do have quite an affinity for whiskey. It's kind of my kryptonite.
That was his. I gave him his Christmas
It
gift. with
did
some
give
whiskey. It was pretty cool.
great.
Yeah.
DJ's a great gift giver. I will give him that.
Yeah.
So in other words, when you decided to break that resolution or make that resolution, you basically just took the old-fashioned mix out of it, right?
No.
Yeah?
No. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
He can't drink them straight.
I agree with you.
All right, we'll go to the next question here. Coming from Terry in Madison. Wants to know if there was anybody you played against in college that you were surprised that was drafted so low but has flourished since getting to the league.
I don't know. I play in the SEC, and everyone really lives up to the expectations that are put up on them. It's just
This guy's serious?
what?
A little bit overrated.
Come on, 7. It's about to 7 years in a row after tonight. Is that what I'm talking about?
National champ.
Roll Tide. You know.
We're talking about NFL talent.
Oh, NFL
We're talking
talent.
about
Okay.
NFL talent.
I was know you said overrated SEC.
Maybe like
So
a
we were
Randall
talking
Cobb.
about it earlier.
Randall
we were talking
Cobb.
about-
Yeah.
Randall Cobb, SEC. Come on, let's do this thing. I mean,
All right, we're going to give you more
Carolina.
time because we stole so much of it. So when we come back, we'll continue the email segment when we return. That's Justin Hull, and we will be back with more in the Huddle after this on the Woodward Radio Network. Back at Tanner Sports Bar in Kimberly, in the Huddle continues, brought to you by Mills Fleet Farm. DJ Williams, Ryan Taylor, Justin Hull. Let's go right back out to you, and we got some time. Take your time.
Yeah, that was. If you, I don't know if you thought of any during the break, but any guys like a Randall Cobb that you saw in college that maybe got overlooked a little bit in the draft and have come out and done really good things.
second round. Didn't he go second round?
Yeah, he went in the second round.
Yeah. I don't know if that's too overlooked. Then he came out a year early. I think that's pretty solid.
He's a solid player.
Yeah, that's a solid player. He'll be good one day, just like Adrian Peterson. He'll be good one day. I don't know who else in the SEC has just been domed for greatness. I don't know. DJ Williams, that's a good cat too.
Who? Never heard of him.
Did y'all see? Oh my goodness! All right, I had a fan mail thingy sent to my locker like, DJ, you are my favorite player in the NFL. Can you? And he sent the autograph card in there.
Yeah,
whoa. All right. So can you please sign this card? Go Pack Go. So I'm pumped up. I pull the card out. And it's the wrong DJ Williams. This is the one from the Broncos. You know what I mean?
So which one of you guys did that to him?
This is real life.
This is legit, huh?
Most people that send him fan mail like that, it's mainly his mom. You're my favorite player in the world.
I mean, Mom shows I appreciate it, too.
She does.
Yeah, I do. She's so awesome.
Was that Hasselbeck who got a fan mail once that said, hey, Matt, Brett doesn't answer his email or his mails. Can you have him sign this for me?
Wow.
Hasselbeck got an email asking for Brett's autograph one day. Yeah.
That was before our time, buddy. We were
It was like in the 90s. I don't know.
What were we like in?
There's more than one way to skin the cat,
I guess so, yeah.
I was barely born. I was young.
in the 90s.
Yeah. Bill, were you pushing 60 back then?
No, not yet. What year would that have been?
When was Hasselbeck here? Like late 90s?
Yeah, late
98,
90s. So
90s,
I would have been in my prime at about 30, 32, somewhere around there.
Just lying out there.
Late 90s, I guess we were dancing in middle school dances. We were.
I was actually shy. I used to call my mom and tell her to tell my girls that I got in trouble and I couldn't talk on the phone. And I was shy.
That's a true story. His mom actually
very
told me
true
that,
story.
right?
I mean, I didn't talk to anyone.
Remember skate nights? Late 90s?
I do remember skate nights
awesome.
from TV and all my friends talking about it at school. I didn't go. I don't know what was wrong with me.
How lame are you? Shy.
You did, obviously, huh?
Oh, I love skate night.
You did the dances, the teen dances?
Ryan can dance.
I
You
can
should see
dance a
his
little bit.
his favorite dance is the George Jefferson. That's his thing.
Relax.
Everybody loves George Jefferson.
But you should see Ryan Taylor
all right,
do it.
Now, all these things, I mentioned all these things, like E.F. Hutton, for example. All right, you've never heard of
Never
E.F.
heard
Hutton,
of him.
all right? But you're going to sit there and say, you're going to talk about George Jefferson? I mean, that's really old. Now, how can you know about George Jefferson?
I guess I'll be politically correct this time. African American.
So you got to go all the way back to George Jefferson to find an African American hero here. Come on.
I have to know about George Jefferson. I have to know about fried chicken. I have to like watermelon. There's a lot of things I have to do. You know what I mean? I don't have a choice.
He's like he's against his own kind.
We're getting
He really
Now,
brings.
what's crazy? I love fried chicken, and I love watermelon. Who doesn't? You know what I mean?
Speaking of that, I was walking through the stadium today, and I heard I don't know anybody else from the South here, but I heard an interesting. It almost blew my mind. We had two of our cafeteria workers today. We're talking about country fried chicken or steak fried chicken.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people know down south is a flank steak.
Yeah.
Fried like
Some
you
gravy
do
on top.
fried chicken.
Yeah.
They were trying to figure out what it was.
Are you
It
kidding
almost
me?
blew my mind
What's
that
going
they
on?
didn't know what it was today.
That's
They had to look
crazy.
it up.
Some of that, some good cornbread.
Yeah.
Ooh, mercy. Some
They
collard
didn't know-
greens.
But they didn't. They
don't
were
even
they
eat
were
that stuff.
arguing whether it was chicken or beef, whether chicken fried
Hey,
steak.
all you got to do is go.
I
to
don't even know.
All you
What
have
is
to
it?
do is go to the Golden Corral. You'll
Steak.
find
It's
plenty of
steak.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's steak. It's
All right.
steak fried like chicken, basically.
All right, Justin, go ahead. We got time for one more. Beef.
Oh, okay. I was going to pick the winner there.
Oh, okay.
We had Notre Dame, Alabama, obviously. DJ's got Alabama. Who do you got, Ryan? That's from Mark, who's in attendance here.
You know, I'd love to see Notre Dame win it.
But
I would love to see Notre Dame win it.
who do you think's gonna win it?
I think Alabama's going to win it, but I would love to see Notre Dame win it.
Nah, it happens.
I can't believe you're from Arkansas. I played at Arkansas, and you want Alabama to win.
It's an SEC
it's
thing.
an
They
SEC
hang
thing.
together. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
a
how we roll.
plague.
It's pretty sad though. It's like if you weren't in it in the NFL playoffs, you'd root for the Bears because they were in the NFC North.
No, we wouldn't do that.
That's the same thing.
No, that's different. You know what I mean? Is that different?
From pros to college, it's the same thing.
It's different. Well, we didn't
It's
get paid in
different.
college,
It's like
you know.
a cult. It's like a cult.
You
is what it is,
didn't,
the
but
SEC.
I bet 3/4 of Nick Saban's team did.
Or North Carolina's team did. Remember that big scandal?
Whoa,
They had like 14 players get
You
kicked
weren't a
off
part
the
of that,
team.
were you, Ryan?
No, I don't think I was.
Jeez.
All right, who's our winner?
We'll go with Terry in Madison.
Good job, Ted.
Hasn't
What was
won
the
yet,
question?
so that was the question with the SEC players
Good
in
question.
the league. So
Good question.
we'll go with Terry this
All right,
week.
good
Great
job,
question.
Terry and Madison. That is our email segment, stretched over 2 segments, but that's how we digress on this program from time to
That's
time.
what we do. We do what we want to do.
All right, hey, 49ers on Saturday nights. Good luck. Bring
Thank
back
you.
another win, and we'll be
Yeah.
back to talk about it Monday. Ryan, thank you for coming out again. Appreciate it.
for having me.
Ryan Taylor, our guest on the program tonight. That'll do it. Thanks to DJ and Ryan, Mike Steele, our engineer, Reggie Razou, our producer, and Justin Hall here at Tanner's. Back with more next Monday on the Woodward Radio Network.